Everyone. I know everybody's got to be going crazy because I am being stuck at home. I'm way over the coronavirus, but I know that we definitely have some people that are really affected by this. And I've been sending out a lot of prayers for several people, actually, that are members of Plenty to Talk About. They have loved ones or themselves that are currently fighting the virus. So just keep everybody in mind in your thoughts and your prayers as we continue to walk on this journey together. I've got my trusty glasses, I got my trusty coffee, and I even have a little Gatorade in case I need that too. So I hope everybody is doing good. I wonder what everybody did for the weekend. I did, I was really proud of myself because I started out at 2.4 miles running, and then I actually got up to 5. So I was really proud of myself. That's a huge accomplishment for this girl right here that has not been working out because I have been still recovering. If you guys are just now joining me, I am Shannon Jones with Plenty to Talk About. I am a mom and a proud grandmother. I am a ongoing cancer fighter, warrior at best, the strongest, and I am a positive, motivated speaker at times. And other times I just listen, and I'm just a good friend for a lot of people in the community. I've dealt with drug addiction, opiates of every kind of and narcotic. I have overcome that and other challenges in my life. So I'm very fortunate to have you guys in my on my page and as my friends and following me. I really love all you guys. As I've said before, and I'll say this again because I just got a message from someone blasting me because I don't return their messages in time. I get thousands of messages, and I sincerely try to reach out to everybody. And this morning I was dealing with somebody that was having a major life crisis, and so I apologize that some of the messages did not get returned in time, but please know that I'm always going to return a message or try to get back to you. I'm not superficial in that way. What you guys see is raw and real. I enjoy putting up my little caption pictures because I feel like it's way easier, and it just kind of gets the message out of what my thought is for the day. And just so you know, I never know what I'm going to write until I wake up that morning. So it just comes to me. It's a God thing. Totally a God thing. So, yeah. I'm going to put my glasses on because I want to see everybody's faces, and you guys know I can't read without them. So I'm going to put them on, and I'm going to say hi to everyone. Hi, Jay. Whitney. Lots of love, lots of kisses. Hi, John. It's so good to see you. Hey, Justin. Hey, Jimmy Lee. Hey, Adam. I know there's got to be more guys on here and girls, but I don't know. They'll show up. If they don't, I know they'll replay. My hair's a mess because, I can't go and get it done. And my nails, it's a tragic situation. Just tragic, but oh well. So I wanted to actually talk about something. I actually shared this with someone just not too long ago. So I get a lot of people that want to imply that my site is like some kind of dating site. First of all, guys, like seriously, you guys think I could date like 10,000 men? No, that's not who I am. That's not what I'm about. So if that's what you guys are seeking, you're probably seeking the wrong girl, because that's not me. That's one of the reasons why I always make sure and have a caption of what I'm really about, because I think that there's way more than this that needs to be expressed out into the world, and my heart and my emotions and the way that I live my life, I think, is very important. And I have gone through so many trials and tribulations, and I have figured out what works and what doesn't. It doesn't mean that it's going to work for you necessarily the same way as it worked for me, but there is something that I am going to share with you guys, so maybe y'all will get a better idea of where I'm coming from when I talk about the whole guy thing, because as a woman, we obviously have to always be careful in this world. I mean, let's just be honest. Guys are bigger, stronger, and tougher than women. And so a woman's biggest fear is if a guy's going to hurt them physically, and a guy's biggest fear if a woman's going to break his heart. So there's a big difference there. I have never ever had a volatile relationship where a man has ever hurt me. I've never been in that kind of environment. God have mercy on anybody that would probably want to try that, because I have two wicked brothers and then my dad, and we never want to upset dad. So but this is a story, and this is the truth, and I'm going to share it because I think it's very important. Right now we're all in isolation, and people are a little crazy in their emotions, and people are wanting to get out just like I did. I got out and I walked and I ran and I did all that stuff, but don't think I wasn't ever mindful of what my surroundings. So June 6, 2016, at 4:03 in the morning, the power went out, and it was like this loud boom, and it shook my apartment. So I opened my door, and everybody was like, "What's going on?" And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, we're having a bad storm." So everybody was setting out on their patios or on their deck. And I lived upstairs, and my neighbors were all girls, and everybody would kind of migrate over to our place typically in the evenings. I always said we were like a tribe of friends. Everybody was just a rainbow of all different kinds of people, and it was wonderful. I really loved living there. It was a great environment and a really fun time in my life. But with that being said, the power came on just as the power company said that it would at 4:03. Well, I ride my bike a lot, or I did. I haven't been able to for the last year and a half, but I was riding like 26 miles a day. So I happened to notice this guy riding a girl's bike in my left peripheral, but I never saw him come out of my right. Didn't think much about it because the bike trail was directly across, and so I thought maybe the idiot like wanted to just get electrocuted riding this bicycle that was like 5 times too small for him, and he had headed down towards the bike trail. To my surprise, when the power came back on, everybody went back into their apartments, and I reached inside my door to get my dog's leash because I wanted to probably sleep a little bit longer. And as I turned around, there was this man holding my dog barrel style in his arms, and he is about 3 feet away from me. And I said, "Give me my dog." And he had some very vulgar words to say to me, and there was this voice that literally just came into me and said, "Create the tussle before he touches you." So I just reached in and I grabbed my dog and I threw her behind me. And I'm holding my dog's leash, by the way, just so remember that. So I reach in and I grab my dog and I throw her behind me, bless her heart. And as I come around, he right hooks me into my left eye. And I felt my body going, like blacking out. But something inside said, don't close your eyes. Fight, fight, fight. And there was just this surge of energy within me. Like, I can't explain it. It was a force much greater than I. And I beat the shit out of him. I actually popped his eyes out of his eye sockets and ripped his nostrils and ruptured a testicle and kicked him down 2 flights of stairs. But not before he fractured my eye socket, broke my jaw, gave me a massive head concussion. Like, I had 4 brain bleeds. This guy weighed 240 pounds, and I weighed 102 pounds, and I'm 5'1". So I don't know how in the world I managed to whip his, you know what, but I did. Had he attacked my neighbors, he would have killed them. Had he got into my apartment, he could have had his way with me. I'm holding that dog leash, so he could have just easily just tied me up. And oh, by the way, there's a 9mm right there as you walk in. And then there's a couple other weapons throughout the house that I'm certain that he could have probably gotten his hands on. This is something that I had prepared for, but never knew that this storm would come on that day. And I find it ironic, and no, this is not made up. It was June 6, 2016. But my brother, 8 years prior, had asked if I would take a training. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Blackout Tac Training, and it's intense. It's literally like what it sounds like, blackout. Like, literally you're in a black room and you have to fight your way out of this room, and they teach you a lot of really great techniques. I think it's important for everybody to have some kind of self-defense training, especially in today's world. I thought my brother was crazy. I thought I never needed that. And, you know, whatever. So he shows up one weekend when I'm in Chicago working, and he's like, comes in with this like pre-made bag with my tennis shoes and my outfit that I'm supposed to wear, and he's like, I already talked to everybody and you're taking the day off and we're going somewhere. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And just so you know, my brother flew in. He was overseas, so he flew in to do this with me, for me, as a gift. And this is 8 years before any of this ever happened. So we spent the next 4 days going through this training, and of course, you know, I can't let my brother think that I'm a wuss, so I was having to make sure I was whipping butt. But anyway, it wore me out and kicked my butt, I'll tell you that for sure. Never really, I mean, I enjoyed that moment that I had with my brother and that experience, and that's really kind of what I chalked it up to. Went back to my life, and whatever. Never have been afraid walking down the street by myself. I've walked as a nurse. I had definitely walked to my car, a parking lot, you know, 5 acres away from the hospital, the middle of the night. Never thought anything about it. Until June 6, 2016, when a man decided that he wanted to take my life. He thought he was going to take my life. And the scariest thing about it is he had already taken 3 other lives before mine. I did not know what teardrops were on someone's face, and I didn't understand barcodes, okay? I don't live that kind of lifestyle. I'm not against tattoos. Hey, I'm all about that. Express yourself however you wish. I don't judge that. But I do judge the fact if someone has killed somebody and they're going to put a teardrop on their face because they're proud of that. Okay, well, the guy killed 3 children prior to me. Okay, well, one, she was in labor and he cut her throat and stuck a knife in her belly. So, there you go. Really crude person. Really evil. I'm so grateful that he's now 30 years in prison, and hopefully he'll never get out ever again. But rest assured, I believe in my Second Amendment right, and I will kick your ass if I have to. Just saying. So I am very respectful, and I expect the same in return, because I'm not just this one little simple girl that thinks she's like so cute that she needs to splash her picture all over their social media, because trust me, I am not the most attractive woman out there, but I am a voice, and I am a warrior, and I am a fighter, and I have gone through a lot in my lifetime, and I try and do it with as much grace and poise as I possibly can, and through my faith and my trust in God, and that is how this girl rolls with her life. So so the ones that like to send me those really tacky messages, don't bother, because I'm going to get to the point where I'm just going to make them public so everybody can see how tacky you are. Sorry. So if you guys are just now joining me, my name is Shannon Jones, and I am that girl with plenty to talk about. As you guys can very well tell, I have a lot to say. I am a proud mother, and I am a proud grandmother, and I am an ongoing cancer survivor, warrior, and fighter. And what else am I? Let's see. I've also conquered drug addiction, from opiates and every kind of narcotic you can think of. And I am an advocate and for Hope Cancer Resources, and they are an amazing organization. If you guys have not heard of them, I highly recommend that you guys look them up, because everybody may need them at some point in their life. They offer all kinds of different programs. It's not just for primarily cancer patients, but that they deal with all kinds of different situations: depression, drug addiction, someone that's taking care of somebody with a chronic illness, or cancer, or a loss of a loved one to some kind of illness. So they have all kinds of resources, and so I highly recommend everybody kind of looking them up, because they are amazing. They have kept me alive for many years, and I love them dearly. I'm going to put my trusty glasses on, because I really want to talk to you guys. So, and I really want you guys to ask me some questions so I can answer them all. Oh, hi Tim Hill. Kiss your beautiful bride for me. Oh, tough. Hi Sharon. I love you. Thank you very much. Manny, you're so nice. All right, guys, let's see. Adam White. What is happening? Alexandria, you are always tripping. That's for sure. I love you too, Sharon. You are such a rock. You mean so much to me. Yes, you know that's right, Tim Hill. I'm definitely going to kick ass when I have to. Whitney, you better stay around. What are you doing? Hey, Michael. It's nice to see you. So, has anybody been doing a lot of FaceTiming, or what has everybody been doing to stay sane through all this isolation? Is anybody still getting to work? Homeschooling? What are y'all doing? Like, how's your day? Like, what do you do? I can tell you what I do. I don't have kids, obviously. They're grown and a grandbaby, but I FaceTime every morning with them, usually like 3 times a day. They're out of their little isolation thing, period, and nobody tested positive for anything, so they're all good. Thank God for that. But I just actually, right before we went live, I had to FaceTime with Nugget, because she she needed some Grammy time, so we had to get that in. So, darn it, I hated that so much. Let's see, I have been taking care of the old folks, you know, mom, dad. Lord have mercy, I can't keep them straight. It is just insane. They think that they can just get up and go and do whatever, and I'm like, did y'all realize that we're like under, you know, like a quarantine isolation? And my dad's like, if the coronavirus is gonna kill me, God bless. If it doesn't, then God bless. I'm like, but you might spread it to me. He's like, you already have conquered everything else. Corona can't kill you. And so I don't know what he's thinking. I think maybe, I don't know. I don't know. And my mom, whew, she's cooking up a storm. Like, I'm like, woman, what's going on? She's like, well, I've got all this food. I need to prepare for it. I'm like, Mom, we're not having company. Like, stop. Just stop. Chill out. And I tried to cook for them, and they don't like good food like asparagus and salmon, or, you know, kale, and they don't like anything like that. They want meatloaf and mashed potatoes and cornbread and beans. That's what they want. And strawberry cake. That's what's going on in this house. The old folks are running the show. I can't control them. They're just doing what they want to do. But we're having fun. We haven't killed each other yet. I was like, oh my God, thank God my brother calls to check every once in a while to make sure we're all still alive and no one's killed each other. He's doing great, and all my nieces and nephews are doing great, and we're really fortunate no one in our family has been, you know, directly hit with this. But that's what we're doing. See, I am going to cook dinner for the old folks tonight. I don't know what, but I'm going to shock them. I'm going to make them eat it. I'm going to tell them, like, there's nothing else in the freezer. Because I think they need to have some different kind of food than meatloaf and mashed potatoes and beans and cornbread. It's a lot of starch, but anyway, they're great. I love them to death. My dog, I think she's depressed out of everybody the most. I think she's taken this whole isolation thing the hardest, because she doesn't get to go outside and walk with me, because I'm afraid to take her to the where I run. Obviously, I don't want to run and I'd be dragging her. That would be a bad thing, and I'm not going to put her in a backpack like a lot of people do. So she's kind of bummed out. Tink the bunny. Oh, Tink the bunny. He's doing so well, and he actually is now just in my yard. Like, he has like a little house that my dad actually made him. This little cute little house. I'll have to video it and show you guys. And so Tink lives in its own little bunny house and gets fed every day kale, carrots, and cabbage, and whatever else it goes in and finds. But every night before I go to bed, Tink and I have a moment. So gets to snuggle with me for a second, and then hops back off and goes into his house. So I'm really glad that I was able to save a bunny and he didn't have to live in my house. So that's really awesome. What else is going on? I feel like my brain is just suddenly went imploding. Oh, hi Kayla. How are you doing? I know you love some beans and cornbread, Tim Hill. Mix it up. I am going to mix it up. I'm going to mix it up really crazy tonight. Beans and cornbread are a staple. I mean, if you Southern folks, we all have to have that beans and cornbread, right, Dale? And by the way, I'm sending a lot of prayers out to your family right now, Mr. Dale Wood. I love your family very much. Hi, Crystal. Sharon, you're still working? Oh, well, that's good. I guess, yard work. Karen, let me tell you something about the Tim Hill and Karen Hill. They're amazing. They've been friends of mine for, I don't know, way so long that we've all had children and grandchildren, and that's how long we've been friends. His bride Karen Hill, if you guys ever want some amazing art, she is probably one of the most amazing artists you'll ever come across. And she has a Facebook page, but Tim Hill and Karen Hill. So check them out because they are really, really, really amazing people. They sing bluegrass, and Tim Hill is a retired police officer. I'm sorry, Tim, I'm telling on you, but he is the biggest guy I know in the whole world. He's a gentle giant, and I wonder if I could beat his ass. Have to think on that one, Tim. Anyway, we definitely love I love me some Hills, and that's what I usually always say. Mandoline's doing school and practicing her music. That's awesome. Aww. Yeah, that I'm really surprised, Sharon, that you're still working it with out there with the way the environment is. I saw on the news where there's several places now, like I guess they're doing some protesting where they're like afraid to go to work, and like I think it was Staples, and I might be wrong, but if I am, let me know. Staples, PetSmart or Petco, one of those. There's a lot of people like wanting to like protest. I mean, come on, people. Why the hell are we gonna protest? If you don't want to work, just go home. I mean, really, come on, just go home. I mean, you're gonna have to protest 6 feet apart from each other. So what kind of protest is that? News media isn't gonna come. If they are, they can't get everybody in the shot. So you're missing your like 15 seconds of fame. I need some coffee. I don't understand that mentality, but hey, each is for their own. I don't judge it. I just don't understand it. That's all I'm saying. Just don't understand it. Yeah, it is crazy. It's totally crazy. I don't get it. But some people just need to have that in their life. For me, I like to be a little bit more zen. I don't need to have all that aggression and all that anxiousness going on. I just think that that's just way overrated. It's just like chill and enjoy and breathe. You know, if you feel like you can't go to work because you're putting your life at risk, then just don't go to work. I mean, don't go stand out in front of work and protest. I mean, what? I mean, are they going to write you a check for you standing out there cursing the name of their company? I don't know, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna think way less of that person, not the store. Just so you know. So if you're one of those kind of people, sorry, I said it. Just not my thing. But as you guys can tell, I'm very sweet and I'm very kind, but I definitely have my own opinions. Sorry. So, what else is there to talk about? I could sit and talk, put my glasses on. I'm just going to leave them on. I have a headache today. I've had this headache on and off. No, I don't have the coronavirus, but I definitely have had a headache off and on for a few days. And FYI, just so we know, Tim Hill, I know you aren't afraid of work. I'm not afraid of the virus. I'm not afraid of any of it. Nope, there's never anything wrong with my opinion, is there? Everybody should have an opinion. People that don't have an opinion, you know, those are the ones to be concerned by. But no, I've had this headache. You've got a headache too, Jay? Oh, I'm sorry. I need more coconut milk for sure. Yes, I do. Guys, I'm addicted to coconut water. It definitely helps my body. And also Gatorade, and we already know my coffee. But yes. What was I going to tell you guys? I started reading like all these scrolls up here, and I'm like, what was I going to say? I don't know. I've had a headache for the last 3 or 4 days. The reason why I have this headache issue is from taking a severe blunt hit to the head by some crazy person that's now in prison that we just got done talking about. So that is something that I get to deal with. And then obviously I do a lot of reading, and whenever I do videos or commercials or photo shoots, those cameras, those flashes, they're brutal. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, so like when I go work, it's just me and the photographer, and which is really kind of funny because I posted this thing yesterday. I think it was yesterday where this guy had like 6-foot yardsticks with the hands and scissors, and he was cutting this person's hair. If y'all remember that, I don't know, but it was really funny, and I laughed about it because I had to do a photo shoot, and the people that were doing my hair and makeup and all that stuff, I was like, so are you guys gonna like get like, you know, be like sister or Edward's scissors, with the long scissors, and stay away from me. And they're like, we're not afraid of it. I'm like, well, it's obvious because your chest is like right here in my face. But anyway, from 4:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the evening, I don't know how many daggum pictures they took, but geez, let me tell you, I probably changed clothes 30 times, and they did my hair every which way but right. But that was for them, and that's just how it is. Yeah, Edward Scissor Hands. Sorry. It's been a while since I probably watched that movie. So, anyway. I'm sorry, I'm reading something because, yeah, you know what? I think that the storms also trigger the migraines. Because of the barometric pressure change. But again, probably from the head injury, you know, messing with, you know, everything. I think that it all kind of is encompassed and plays a part in all of that. So anyway, I hate it. I hate him so bad. Pain does not bother me. Not at all. I mean, I can deal with pain like no other, but when it comes to getting like a bad headache or migraine, I'm like, shut me down right there. And that's one thing, being sober from all the opiates and narcotics, because I was on such a mass amount of fentanyl and Oxycontin and hydros, that I never knew. I thought I just started having headaches this last year. No, that's because I got sober. And I wasn't numbing and dulling my brain down with all of the drugs that they had me on. So that's kind of like a good thing and a bad thing, you know. It's like, oh man, now I'm dealing with these horrible headaches, but I'm like, oh well, you know what, hey, I'd rather take the headache than take the narcotics, because they then mess with your head in way other jacked up ways, and I can't do that. I need to definitely stay in check with myself and just work through whatever comes at me in the most natural way as possible. That's the way this chick rolls. But yeah, I think gluten, too much gluten can definitely, which, you know, and sodium. But one of the things that worries me sometimes about with my body, because of the type of cancer that I have, it lives in my gut. And so sometimes I get really sick to my stomach, and my body will literally just deplete itself of all the nutrients. And so the quickest and easiest way that I've learned to hydrate myself without having to have, which by the way, I have a PICC line. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's permanently in my arm right here. It's a port. Fistula, if anybody knows what that is. Anyway, and they say they hurt, but this one doesn't. I don't feel anything. Yes, I'm a wiggler. But sometimes it just all of a sudden will just deplete all of my nutrients out of my body. So I have learned, like I said, the coconut water and Gatorade, really, if I can get that in me really quickly, it really helps for me to rebalance my system and get me into check. And then just kind of like zen down. But dealing with Lynch syndrome is trying at times for sure, because there's days that I can be super, super thin, and then there's days where I can just wake up and I'm like big moon face and swollen, and it's miserable. But you know what? I woke up, so I rejoice in that. I never focus on anything negative that's going on inside of me, because there's a reason why it has happened, and I'm always searching for the reason why. Like, where's the good in it? Like, you know, like, you give me a bucket of sand and I'm not going to be looking for anything other than the shiny stone that I know has got to be in that bucket of sand. I mean, I know there's always hope. I've watched it, I've seen it, I've lived it, and I walk it every day. Every day. I should be dead 8 times over at least, and I'm not. And I'm in remission, and I'm drug free, and I beat the you know what out of a random stranger and survived that. And oh gosh, you know, like a dead bladder, dead kidney, you know, just things like that. I've done it, and I will continue to do it by the grace of God. And I hope that you guys all continue to stay healthy and safe, and just, you know, check on your neighbors. You don't have to go and, like, you know, give them a hug or whatever, but the elders, except for my old folks they're fine. But everybody else's old folks, check on them, you know. I hope everybody has stopped hoarding toilet paper, because that's kind of, I mean, never mind, I probably shouldn't say that, but there's other ways to take care of that. I was going to talk about somebody's book that just came out, but I'll keep that to myself. You could always use those if you have to. But anyway, I just basically kind of just wanted to hop on real quick and just say hey and let you guys all know that I'm here and I'm thinking of you guys, and that, you know, hey, if you guys need me, you all know that I'm here, and you know how to reach me, and you know how I will respond to you. Sometimes there's people that need to be responded to quicker than others, so just understand that. And like this morning, I needed to deal with something way more important than this person that got upset because I wasn't able to send, you know, him some kind of just simple interaction back and forth. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love that. I love hearing from you guys, because like I have said before, and I'll say it again and again and again, it's not all about me. It's about us. We are all friends. There's a relationship built with each and every one of you guys, and most of you all know that. And so I want to continue that dialogue, and I want you guys to understand what, you know, that I do actually hear you, and I see you, and I will get back to you and I love you guys very much, and I appreciate all your support. And would you guys do me one big favor, please? Just one big favor. Go to my YouTube channel and click subscribe and follow. Just that. That's it. That's really the only thing I ever ask. I will continue to do my part and share whatever is laid upon my heart, or my thoughts and my prayers for each and every one of you guys. And I will continue to be a beacon of hope. This I promise. So until we talk again, I love you guys very much, and I really appreciate your all your comments and just hopping on here and listening to me babble on and on about my story. But I definitely wanted to share that with you guys. It was important for me because it was okay. It is plenty. The number 2, plenty to talk about. Shannon Jones. So yeah. And I meant to drop a link, but I'm still learning, so I can probably put one up. But yeah, you'll see it. You'll Tim. Plenty to talk about, and then Shannon Jones. So if you guys would do that, I would really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me, because all the money that I make, I actually give a big percentage of it to several different cancer associations that I'm affiliated with. So that is why, because it costs a lot of money. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars. Everybody probably knows this, that, thank you very much, Tim. When you're dealing with any kind of sickness, it's a financial hardship, no matter what. But when you're dealing with cancer and you have a strict regiment for doctors and treatments and surgeries and recovery time, and not every type of doctor you may need is in your area. So if you have to travel like I have to, I'm traveling 8 hours round trip, and that's if we don't stop or whatever. And then there's hotel expenses, and then there's, just everything that it takes. And then you could be there for 3 days, or you could be there for 3 weeks. Just depends on what's going on. And so the Hope Cancer Resources has helped a lot, but it doesn't pay all of it. And no matter how much insurance you have and how many resources everybody wants to think that are really out there, it really does fall back on your own shoulders. And it can be even very, very daunting and very stressful and overwhelming. And that's the last thing somebody needs whenever they're definitely trying to just stay healthy and stay alive. So just remember, when you're subscribing to that is, and there's a link in there. It even says where the funds are actually, where I send the funds to. So it's not going in my pocketbook primarily. It's going in to help others, because that's what I'm here on this earth for, is to help others. Because I just feel like it's so important to give back what was given to me. So until then, you guys, I love y'all very much. And my name is Shannon Jones, and I am that girl with plenty to talk about, and I will be around. Love you guys very much. Please stay safe and healthy. Hey, Greg. Hey, David. Nice to see you. I love you, Sharon. I love you guys all. I love you all so much. I will obviously still reply to everybody's messages. Again, go to my YouTube channel. It's plenty, the number 2, talk about Shannon Jones, and subscribe. I will be talking to y'all soon. Bye, guys.